Hello again, welcome back to Hands of Fate.
Do you have what it takes to defeat the rats?
So, let's go ahead and start this. We now have the Jack of Plagues. The curse he gives me is twice the fail. Whenever I fail, I will lose 5 gold. Whenever I huge fail, I'll lose 10 gold. He comes with 3 Ratman hunting groups and 3 angry mobs. And you can take a moment to read his lore. So let's go ahead and fight this guy.
The rats. They have swarmed up from the dark places beneath the realms of humanity and now squat amongst your cities and feast and shriek and hunt and writhe.
I really wish there was a button to turn off recommended. So, go ahead and take a look here. We have a new huge hammer, Armor of Cold, Fool's Gold, and the Fleet Cuffs, as well as the Healer and Survivor rings. Remove Time Heals because, as nice as it is, it doesn't actually do much for us. And I'm going to remove one of the Masons. Lowers our weapon pool a little bit, so if we get a draw weapon card, we will get one of these weapons. Actually, I'm going to remove... No, it's a new weapon. I need that one. Frostfang actually does, like, very little damage. However, it can completely freeze an enemy, but at this point, it's not exactly a necessary thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and add these 4 cards. I'm going to remove the river and re-add the Devil's Choice. We have a bunch of cards that we haven't even gotten to yet. Well, let's go ahead and start this.
Our Lord of Plague does like to rub your nose in misfortune.
So, to start with, we have new gear. For example, we are now starting with a normal axe and a shield. Let's go ahead and move on. Twisted Canyon. We got a mace now. Mace does a little more damage than my axe, and it's great against undead.
Goblins. I do love goblins. Truly, I haven't seen their like in years. Excellent.
I should have removed that card. I wonder if it's locked. I don't remember. We'll have to check next time. So, first things first. Kill the goblin who took my weapon, because screw him, he's a dick. And we kill off the goblins, we get a little bit of gold, a little bit of food, we get our stuff back. Everybody's happy. Except maybe the goblin whose skull I just caved in.
You might think the world of the cards is grim, yet even in the darkness, there is light to be found.
So, I could ask for any of those things. Supplies wouldn't be too bad, I could use some food. Money wouldn't be too bad, I could use some money. What I'm going to do instead is ask for blessings. Blessings are almost always good.
Useful.
Arcane knowledge, for example, while I probably won't need
Is
that,
a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time.
if I do get an artifact
you do
that's
not
of
seem
any
to have
quality,
the temperament
I might.
for friends, even in the animal kingdom. Each of these cards is crafted from your memories and built from your experience. I created them, but only in the abstract. It is the importance you place on them that makes them real.
Okay, now I gotta remember
Let's
what's
find
right
out
here.
what type of character you really are.
Okay, so let's. Let's go ahead and refuse this. For some reason, I'm thinking I might have made the wrong choice. It's been a while since I've seen that card. Although I do gotta say, I love that slow motion hit, especially when the character's off, because it's like, yeah, you just got hit in the nuts with a mace. Or, yeah, I just cut off your leg. It's nice. Especially with the skeletons, because the skeletons actually will have body damage. Okay.
Roaming ever forward, hunting for the truth.
Let's go ahead and ask. I think this should give me food. Yeah. It's not a lot of food, but it will work.
Priests, gods, and eternal damnations. I have no truck with any of it. An expedition. Press on. What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
Now, some cards, like the Embertown Hero, actually will replace other cards on the field. Those ones, in my opinion, it's best to get them out of play as soon as possible. So you want to complete them and then get them out of your deck. Basically, because they literally prevent you from getting other cards, which may or may not be better. We're not getting anything new out of this, but we will take the Hag's Rags. It slows down enemies and makes their hits do less damage.
Some of your foes will take those curses to the grave and beyond. You treat powerful artifacts as though they were toys.
And like that's just flat out a great thing to happen.
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
Especially with the rats. The rats are really fast, they don't do a lot of damage, but they are really fast. Especially the Jack of Rats, who does this like wave of unblockable attacks. Angry
So
mob.
quick to anger. That's what makes them a mob, really.
Here, have some food. Just bought all that food, but you can have it. I don't care.
A treasure chest. What more iconic emblem of success could we imagine?
Dang it. really bad at this stuff.
Oh dear.
At least I got one of them right. Okay, we're gonna take Fortitude's Breath. It gives us
for
a
the
shield.
marathon, not the sprint. Once the ratmen begin to creep towards the edge of the town, anger follows shortly behind.
One, it gives us a shield, and two, it prevents us from having to eat part of the time, which,
When
as
the
you can
tide
see, we're
turns,
losing food
anger rises.
constantly.
Anger without form or direction. The
Does
deeper
kind of
you
become a
go,
problem.
the greater the risk of starvation.
So as you can
Hush.
see, I'm now going to
Can you
lose...
hear the way his claws scratch the tiles?
I'm trying to talk to the viewers. Shush. Now, as you can see, I have 0 food, so every time I walk, I will be losing 10
Our
health.
bandits are
because I need
displeased
to
with
eat.
your challenges.
Although in theory I shouldn't lose any in my next move due to my shield, but... But as you can see, especially with the hag wraps, there isn't a lot of damage that the enemy's capable of putting onto me. It's mostly just a, can I survive long enough to find food, like that.
Now
Okay.
you begin to trespass upon the ratmen's hunting grounds.
The Ratman Hunting Grounds are actually a really nice card. It does have a chance to give you
Plagued by
food when you're
name
done with it.
and plagued
So-
by nature. The rats leave
It is kind of one of those, like,
deadly
you
toxin.
want to leave it in for a little while, encounters, because it can actually be more beneficial, especially when you have the ability to deal with rats without too much of a problem. The one problem with it is that it is always a rat enemy unless you somehow redraw the enemy cards. So you could actually end up fighting the Jack, King, or even Queen of rats with this card, just because, hey, rats. It will always be a rat. It's also very frequent, like, I think this is the only time you can actually get an 8 of rats, is during a Ratman hunting party. I could be wrong there, but I think that's how that works.
They will not let you pass so easily. Prepare yourself.
Now, when rats die, you can kind of see a little bit of a green thing again along the body of that dead rat. That is actually a poison, and you'll take damage if you sit there. Some rats have the ability to actually poison you when they hit you. Although it doesn't last very long, it's still a good couple of 3 or 4 ticks of 3 to 8 damage can definitely mess up your day.
Though I admire his ilk, I live by very different rules.
Now, one thing I haven't mentioned up until this point, if you notice, you can see these dots. The red dots means the level. If you remember when I picked up the chalice, or the goblet, or the cup, whatever it was, the skulls got tougher, but the dustmen got not only tougher, but ranged attacks. I'm hoping that a level 2, I'm really hoping to go up against the 2 skulls. So I'm hoping a level 2 2 of dust is stronger than 2 level 1 skulls. Yes. If you pick one of the weaker cards, the devil will laugh at you and be like, "Oh no, you're just some wimp." However, if you pick the stronger card, he'll usually give you the 2 weaker cards. Unless the stronger card's, like, much stronger. And when you complete his challenge of the 2 weaker cards,
fling your opponent's challenges back in their faces.
He will reward you, normally. See, Traveling Jeweler. I believe jewelers carry artifacts. Like, will only carry artifacts. Right? My items. Oh, rings. Rings. That's right. Rings and artifacts. So, as you can see, I have the Healer's Ring. I receive 1 additional healing, or 1 additional gold whenever I get healed. And consume shame, blah blah blah. Poison. Since
Poison.
I have spare money, I'm going to take that.
The traitor. Artifacts give you powerful abilities to use in combat.
I can use that ability against the rat to do extra damage to the
Once loosed upon
Jack,
the
real
lands,
quick.
the rats will find you, no matter where you go to ground.
And as the poison ticks, it kills. I just kind of sitting there looking cool as a rat runs up and dies. Okay, this card can actually be really
These
confusing.
traveling shows are but mockeries of the true mysteries. Choose from these options.
It's not the best out there, but it will work. Dang it, I didn't get the card. That is actually like a really bad card, because you can end up getting stuck there just failing constantly. It can get really annoying.
And teeth.
And I forgot to read the Jack of Plagues card. I am sorry about that. Anyway, Jack of Plagues, he does this flurry attack. Whenever, like, yeah, he does this flurry attack, which does a lot of damage. So, we're gonna activate our poison, get in quick, take out his entourage, specifically the throwers. With his throwers out of the way, we can take out the little rats without too much of a problem. As you can see, now we just have to go with him. He has a flurry attacks where then he'll get tired. Kill him real quick. There we go. As soon as he gets tired, he's really easy to knock down. But if you get
the
caught up
queens
while
and
he's
kings of the
flurrying,
rat kind have
he
lost
can
a
drop your
child
health
here
quick.
today. Well done. For slaughter, your reward.
Okay, so for beating the bandits, I get the Ring of Justice and the Warring Signs. For defeating the Jack of Rats, I get the Quill of Ratman card. This is what I was talking about. The Hunting Ratman, you need the Quill of the Ratman to unlock that from your decks. Old Graveyard, Berserker's Armor, the Scorching Zill, and the next enemy, the King of Dust. I also received 3 locked Ratman hunting parties and the Tower of Mages, or Mage's Tower.
Come, play. I do not want to just sit here. Look at the cards you have earned. Now we have enough to begin a real game.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one, and I'll see you in a few moments.